Good morning, students. In last video, we had discussed about some logical operators and condition testing in Bluej. For condition testing, we can use if construct, and for the multiple testing, we can also use the switch case construct in a Bluej. Now, in this video, we are going to discuss about some iteration statements. Reiterates means repeat. In our program, sometimes we need to execute one or more statement again and again. This is called reiteration of a statement. This is done by using reiteration construct or loop construct. So here is the first loop construct is while loop. This loop construct has its own block. It evaluates one or more condition, and if the condition is true, the program control enters the loop block and execute statements in it. When all statements in the loop block are executed, then control jump back to the top of the loop to recheck the condition, and if it is true, the loop block executes again. This way, as long as the condition of loop returns true, loop block keeps executing. It is necessary to make provision to turn the condition of the loop false to terminate the loop, or loop can be terminated by using break keyword also. Here is example for the while loop. Here while loop has its own block marked by curly bracket, opening curly bracket and closing curly bracket. The condition A is less than 5 written here. It's true first time since the value of variable A is 0. And condition A less than 5 translate to the 0 less than 5. Hence the program control will enter the loop block. The value of variable A that is 0 will display. Next statement A equal to A plus 1 is increasing the value of variable A to 1. On encountering the end of loop block, program control will jump back to the top of the loop to check the condition again. This time condition A is less than 5 will translate it to 1 is less than 5 because the initial value of A is 0, and when it increased by 1, now it becomes 1. So it is translated to 1 is less than 5. This is still true. So loop block will execute once again. This way, as long as value of A variable remains less than 5, the loop block will execute. Just like first value of A is given 1, increased by 1. So it checks the condition A 1 is less than 5 or not. Yes, true. So it will display the 1. Then again by increasing 1 it becomes 2. So it checks the condition 2 is less than 5 or not. Yes, true. So it will again display the value 2. And by increasing 1 it becomes 3. So next time it will check 3 is less than 5 or not. It's true. So it will display the value 3. Now next by increasing 1 it becomes 4. So next time check 4 is less than 5 or not. Yes, true. So it will display the value 4. Next time here the 5 become 5. So 5 is less than 5 or not. 5 is equal to 5, not less than. So here is condition is false. So it will not display the value 5. So here is output 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. Next is do while construct. Do while loop works in slightly different way as compared to while loop. While loop evaluates the condition first and then loop block may execute if the condition is true. It may be so that the condition is false for the very first time and while loop may not execute at all. If the condition returns false the first time, while loop executes 0 times. Do while executes first and then the condition is checked. Then the loop may execute further if the condition is true. Since do while loop runs first then check the condition, it always runs at least once, even the condition is false the very first time. Here, compare two loops. While loop will not run even once since condition A is greater than 5, translate to 1 is greater than 5 and return false for the very first time. The same scenario is depicted in the do while loop, but it is executing first, then evaluating the condition, so it will run once. Here the value of A is 1 and the condition given A is greater than 5. So the condition is false, so while loop will not execute even once, but the do while loop executes at least one times, because the first execute the statement then check the condition, so it will run at least one times. Now next, for loop construct. For loop serves the same purpose as while loop does, but it works in the unique way of its own. In for loop, the initialization of the loop variable, the condition to check for the loop, and the modification in the value of the loop variable are kept within a single set of parentheses. Block of the for loop only contain the statement to be executed if loop condition is true. For example is given here. For we have declared the variable A and the loop for loop is given value of A equal to 0. It means that's the initial value of A is 0. Then the condition A is less than 5. Then modification statement to increase the value of A. So when this loop will execute, it will display the value of A. The parenthesis of the for loop has following three parts separated by semicolons. First one initialization, then condition, loop, then loop variable manipulation. Program can first enter the initialization part and variables are initialized. Then it checks the condition in the condition part. If the condition is true, then the control enter the loop block. After loop body is executed, control goes to the loop variable manipulation part. Then it goes again to the condition section and so on. That means the first section initialization part execute very fast and only once. Now let's see break and continue keywords. We have seen how switch block is excited using break. Executed using break. Considering loop, we have learned that loops terminate when condition return false. When explicitly terminates loop using break. When a loop encounter break keyword, it terminates. Statements after break keyword never execute. Consider the following programs given here. Here condition in while loop is always true, hence it is an infinite loop. Loop will terminate when user enters 0. If construct is checking for 0 entered and breaking the loop. As long as user is entering any number which is not 0, the loop will display that number and ask for the another one. There is another keyword continue, which is the reverse of break. Continue puts the program control back to the beginning of the top. Let's see the example. This program doing exactly what the previous one is, but this program is working in a different way. Notice the condition with if the input number is not 0, then it will display it and loop will continue from beginning. Loop will go on as long as user does not enter 0. For 0, else will execute and loop will terminated. Now escape sequence. In Java, escape sequence or escape code is character preceded by slash, backward slash, and has special meaning. Some common escape sequences are slash t. It inserts a tab in a text at this point. Slash b. It inserts a backspace in the text at this point where slash b is written. Slash n. Insert a new line in the text at this point. It means कि whatever written after slash n, that will be displayed in next line. Slash single quotes. Insert a single quotes character in the text at this point. Slash double quotes. Insert double quotes character in the text at this point. And slash. If you want to display backslash character, then you can use this escape sequence to display the backslash character in the text at this point. Here is an example given. System.out the print, this is a line, slash n, this is another line. It means that this is a line. It displayed in first line and then slash n is given, so this is another line will displayed in the next line. Here item slash t price, it means कि the gap between item and price text is as a one tab space. Now it's a double backslash, so it will display the slash in output. The first backslash remove the special meaning, and second you display it. Now let's some writing codes, short codes. We have seen that in if else, while, do while, and for construct block are marked by curly bracket. It is useful for grouping the statement together which are meant for that block. In certain cases, there may be just one statement in a block. Then the braces can be omitted. If there is only one statement, then compiler assumes it automatically as the part of the construct. For example, you can see here, consider the modified version of the left hand side code given on the right side, which has no braces used with if and else. Because after if, only one statement given, so it is optional. Either you can use the curly bracket or you can't. Even you are not using curly bracket, then it is assumed as a part of if statement. So you can also omit this curly bracket for the single statement. The braces can be omitted in the decision making and loop construct for the single statement. Remember that braces for class, main function and other methods that you code cannot be omitted. They are mandatory to use to keep the programming structure. So that's all for today. Thank you.